Yeah. Yeah. Computer's not ready. There we go.
Sound check.
Sound check. Yeah, I think we're good. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
You gotta wait for it's gonna show up in the live chat. And there's a little bit of a delay. So let's see.
Yeah. There's that 7-second delay in case I say anything I shouldn't say because
we have no one here bleeping that out.
Yes.
But we do.
Yeah.
Chris says Happy New Year.
Well, Happy New Year to the whole world. And by the way, we're not going to be watching the ball drop in New York. We just might drop balls here. Who the hell knows?
I remember when that happened.
Well,
never mind.
We dropped balls here?
You didn't understand.
Oh,
and that's
geez.
okay.
I must have been, shit happens to old people.
You can't curse on live streams. You can't.
Stuff happens
to
old people.
We've got it. Oh, stop the echo. Oh.
Huh? What's wrong now?
Stop. They said stop the echo. That means.
At some point, you're gonna understand how this stuff works. Because I don't.
Dad, stop talking while I'm fixing the audio. Why would that?
Oh. At this point, it's more like Deadstream.
Well, there's no echo if we don't talk.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it was me. Okay, that's not cool, dude. That's
Shumpy.
not cool. Shumpy, come on, man.
Come on.
I'm literally about to start schwitzing
and he was going to curse, and from what I understand, there's no cursing on live streams.
All right, I'm gonna take some deep breaths. I'm doing okay. How you doing, Pops?
Hey, I'm looking forward to not making it to midnight here in Las Vegas, but at least making it to midnight on the East Coast.
Yes, and I just fixed the left ear, right ear thing. Shumpy threw me for a loop. I thought I had it right. I did have it right.
Okay.
Sometimes I screw stuff up. This time I didn't.
Whatever.
All right, so Pops, here's what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Leading up to midnight.
Yeah.
Well, it's 9 p.m. here on the West Coast is what we're getting up to.
Yeah, we're leading, because at 9, at exactly 9 p.m., the ball's going to drop here in Vegas.
Does it actually drop at 9 p.m. here?
Well,
when they do celebrations, or do they wait till midnight?
Well, I think they wait for midnight.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's what we're gonna do.
Yeah.
We are going to continue to do.
Yeah.
We'll start with the live chat here. So if you have questions, if they're car related questions, send them to us. If they're just questions, send them to us to the live chat. We're going to transition to Twitter at some point during the show. We've had some people already tag us on Twitter, Dad, with a few different deals. Yes, really.
I didn't even feel the tag.
Okay.
Yeah.
We had a few people tag us already, so we're going to review some deals. So if you bought a car in 2020, send it in.
Yeah.
If you are thinking about buying a car before the end of the month, January 4th, send it in.
Okay.
But for now, we'll start with...
Here's a live stream question I want somebody to pose. And I
thought you were going to pose a question to our audience.
No,
I got you.
I want somebody on live stream to pose this question and say, Zach, how does this New Year's Eve compare to, say, last year's New Year's Eve?
I will wait for someone to pose that question.
Somebody pose that question because it's got a very good answer.
Yeah, last year I was in Australia, in Sydney for New Year's. So that was a cool experience. But I don't want to, we're all stuck at home, so there's no point in spending too much time on that. Okay.
Which is why we decided to do a New Year's Eve live stream.
Yes, exactly.
Because this is a year unlike any other.
We anticipate that pretty much everyone else is stuck at home as well right now.
Yeah.
And if you're not, then that's kind of reckless.
Yes.
Not that I'm calling you out.
Well, I think you just did.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, if you want to send us the deal, I just saw in the live chat. If you want to send us the deal, Twitter's probably better because you can attach the PDF. So here, I'll show you an example. If you are joining the live stream now and you want to send us a deal and you want us to analyze it.
Yeah.
Something like this, where we can actually see the PDF, and I'm gonna be moving the computer around and stuff so my dad and I can see things. But send us PDFs of the actual worksheets, or even better yet, like this, where you actually have it just in the tweet. Okay. It's really easy for us to then actually work with. So use hashtag YourAutoAdvocate, or get AutoAdvocate because your AutoAdvocate was taken. Yeah. Send it to us that way. In the live stream chat, we're gonna focus our attention there for right now. So, Dad,
Okay.
let's see what's coming in here.
Yeah.
Drink more tequila. Okay, that comes from Shumpy, who literally threw me off and said that we
Yes.
had the echo when he had the echo.
I think the problem is he's
drinking too much tequila.
More tequila.
Yeah, no.
Actually, we don't have tequila on the menu here, Shumpy. It's either some Bullet bourbon or I do have a bottle of champagne in the fridge, and then there's Blue Moon or Dos Equis. If
you're not mixing all four, that would be.
No, but I'm just saying.
That would remind me of my college days.
Yeah,
Okay.
Or perhaps I'll just go with straight water.
Okay, Pops.
Yes.
How often do you hear that you sound like Vizini Wallace Shawn from Princess Bride?
Well, first of all, it's the first time I've ever heard it. I have no idea what Princess Bride is, and so I have no idea who Vizzini is.
Yeah, that's fair.
So there you have it. But if I sound like him, that's wonderful. Maybe I can get paid like him.
Pops, what's your favorite movie?
On the waterfront.
On the waterfront?
On the waterfront.
If you're watching this, tell us what your favorite movie is. I'm just kind of curious.
And by the way, I don't want to date anybody, but I believe that was from the early 50s, and it had a pretty staggering cast when you think about it.
Yeah.
There was Marlon Brando, Carl Malden,
You're dating.
Rod Steiger. Eva Marie Saint made her film debut in that movie. Marlon Brando was a longshoreman and a boxer. I could have bitten somebody. I could have been a contender. He could have.
Let's answer one car-related question so we don't lose the entire audience. Have you ever heard of dealers selling live market pricing? You want to talk about what that is really quickly?
What live market pricing?
V-Auto. Velocity pricing.
Oh, V-Auto.
It's like why we built the market pricing.
Yeah, live market pricing is really looking at everything that's going on at the marketplace at any given moment and adjusting your asking prices for the vehicles accordingly. And if you subscribe to the V-Auto method of velocity selling, moving more cars more quickly at a slightly lower front-end gross profit, then it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
And as a car buyer, you're going to find it really hard to negotiate on those types of deals, but then just in the back office.
Well, still the money that's made in dealerships is not necessarily made on the front end of as a gross profit on a new car or the front end gross profit on a used car, which averages more than the new cars.
Yeah.
But the bulk of the money is still made in F&I and parts and service.
What about, we got a good question here, all the employee pricing things that are going on right now, Pops? Can you actually negotiate after the employee pricing as well?
The only thing you can do with the employee pricing, if they give you the real honest-to-God employee pricing, which is stipulated on the
It literally
invoice,
says, yeah.
So you get that pricing. The dealership gets a flat fee from the manufacturer for having sold the car.
Yep.
The only thing that you're entitled to are any consumer rebates, or any specialized rebates like active or retired military, first responder, recent college grad. Things like that.
Yeah, exactly. So you're not going to get more dealer discount.
No. Now, what you can negotiate is if you have a trade, you can certainly negotiate the value of the trade because, as we like to say, if you have a trade, treat it as separate transactions. You buy the new car first, you negotiate that price first, and then you negotiate on the value of the trade.
2 questions.
Yes.
One is from Darren. Hey, Darren. Always love that you tune in. Happy New Year, Zach. Where's my T-shirt? If you did not watch today's video, I bought my dad a T-shirt. And he wore it in the video. And I'm telling you,
maybe he's looking for a T-shirt for himself.
Oh, no, I know. I'm just very proud of myself right now.
Oh, well, you should be. Yeah.
The last 30 seconds of today's video are really funny. So I will find here. I'm going to actually put the link in the channel. Oh, my, if I can figure out how to do that. Because you should watch the last 30 seconds of today's video. I highly recommend it.
I do, too.
It was actually really, really funny. Andrew is helping us with editing. He did a great job. Okay, Dad, Roxy says...
Yes.
With the sunglass emoji. Yeah. What's the best SUV to buy? I want your take on this. My dad is not. You're a car guy, but you don't like. Yeah.
I'm a car guy, but I'm not a car guy.
Yep.
I know how to buy and sell cars. I don't really rate cars. I mean, what's the best SUV? It depends on what you want to use it for. I can tell you that having represented Acura for a dozen years or so, I was really fond of the MDX and the RDX.
Yep.
But there's any number. I mean, you could look at a Toyota Highlander. You could look at a Land Cruiser. You could
look at a Velar.
You could look at a Velar. You could look at an Escalade. I mean, there's just so many to choose from. It depends on what you're trying to use it for, and whether or not you want one that depreciates rapidly or a little more slowly.
Speaking of depreciation, I have exciting news to share. I had a call this week with Black Book. So you know how we do, I mean, my dad, of course, knows this, but we do the weekly market updates.
I've heard we do that, yeah.
And the data is provided by Black Book. And I think everyone will think this is, I hope you guys think this is cool. I had a phone call with the guy who runs Black Book, which is a division of Hearst. And we're going to be able to get Black Book data, Dad. And we'll be able to, like, on a VIN-specific level, bring that in. So tying this back to what you said about depreciation or best SUV,
yes,
we're going to be able to, back in the YAA app, probably, I don't know, like February, March of next year. Mm-hmm. Let's say you're looking at a Land Cruiser and you want to know what's the expected depreciation. Not like the Edmunds 5-year cost to own, not the Blue Book value, the Black Book value, the one that the dealers use.
Yeah.
I am so excited about that. I mean, we just signed some paperwork, so hopefully it'll be,
sooner rather than later.
I'm so excited.
Yeah. And Roxy, for ones that hold their value, look at any Toyota.
Yeah.
Any Honda.
Yeah.
And if you want to do more luxury, then look at Acura or Lexus.
Yes. Okay.
In my humble opinion.
Yes. From the not so car guy.
Yeah.
Paul R says, did I screw up by not buying used car by not buying a used car today or waiting another month?
Statistically speaking...
We love statistics.
Somebody does, statisticians, I believe. Statistically speaking, the holiday that offers the largest percentage of discount off of used car prices is Martin Luther King Day.
Yeah.
And so that holiday is coming up.
January 18th?
18th, I believe. So that weekend should be a good weekend for purchasing used cars.
Yeah, really. And that research came from iSeeCars.com. They put out really solid research over there.
Yes.
We have
they have a couple eyes
and they
and
see
a C.
cars.
No.
Dan says,
yeah.
Is going into car sales position now a bad time? Sometime things may be more normal by July. So it sounds like Dan's interested in becoming a salesperson. What's your advice?
Well, my advice is find any other profession in which to make a living.
Dude, that is so hard. But it's coming from a place of love and admiration.
Yeah, it is one of the most time-consuming professions you can hope to get involved in. And when you figure out what the pay is on an hourly basis, it's minuscule. And the abuse that you take from both your management team typically and the customers makes it almost not worth it. It is a very, very difficult way to make a living. Now, that's not to say that there aren't people that make a whole ton of money selling cars.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Some that make into the millions.
Yeah.
Selling cars. It can be done. Who knows what normal's going to be again. The hope is, at least our hope is that we're disruptive enough in the marketplace with what it is that we're trying to do, that we somehow influence how cars are sold in the future, and maybe car salespeople will be more salary driven than commission driven, based on how we would like to see the car sales business evolve.
Definitely. Cooper Embry says, Pops.
Yeah.
Please about me out. I'm a huge fan. I think Cooper meant to say, please shout me out. But he said about me out.
Okay. It's all about Cooper.
Cooper.
Yeah, way to go, buddy. Is that the Mini Cooper? Is that Cooper, the dog from Mini of Baltimore County?
My dad worked at Mini of Baltimore County.
It's his 9th birthday.
And there was a dog that
there
is a dog that roamed the store. It was truly
Cooper,
remarkable.
He's a Sheltie.
Oh wait, I scrolled down. Cooper then said, Shaj, SHOJ.
Okay. Well,
Then he said shout out.
Yeah, well, we're going to still shout you out, Cooper.
Cooper, you've been drinking too much.
Yeah, man, I got to open that champagne or something.
All right, let's
Yeah.
keep going here. I'm
Yeah.
enjoying doing the live chat. This is fun.
Yeah, this is.
We're just going to stick with live chat for a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, Happy New Year's, guys. Thank you, Gun Term.
Yeah, and same to everybody else.
Yeah, seriously,
Yeah,
can't
yeah.
believe it. I can't believe we're going into 2021.
Yeah,
it
thank
feels
God.
like you remember this summer when I was living on your couch. Feels like
it
just
still feels like yesterday.
Yeah, it feels like
does.
yesterday.
Yeah. No, I do remember that.
Very comfortable couch.
I remember because Zach likes to go to bed early and get up early, and the only TV in my condo was in my living room because I didn't want one in
Which
my
was my bedroom.
which was his bedroom, and there was any number of nights where at 8:30 you'd go, "Come on, man, it's bedtime. Turn the TV off." Yeah, I miss those days terribly.
Yeah.
I believe the day you left to go back to Maryland.
You stayed up to like 2 a.m., didn't you?
Yeah, I did. Just so I could prove I could still do it.
Yeah. I'm also like reminiscing now about when I would like bring a girl over and be
Yeah,
like,
the
you,
three
me.
of us
It'd
would
be like
watch
the
a
three of us
movie.
watching a movie.
Yeah, it was great fun. And then I would go off to my bedroom and take out my hearing aids so that I wouldn't be able to hear.
All right,
anything.
this is enough. All right.
Yeah.
Jeff says, do you guys do super chats? Jeff,
What the hell do you think this is?
I have no clue what a super chat
This is a super chat.
No, Pops, we got to learn. What is a
Okay,
super
what
chat?
is a super
Someone
chat?
please tell us what a super chat is. And the next message after that, Dad, is from Cooper. It says, I can't spell.
Okay.
Cooper, we could have told you that.
Yeah, I think we already did tell you that, and we apologize for having.
The next comment, Dad,
Yeah,
is from
yeah.
Coda the dog.
Yeah.
Cooper needs to learn how to type.
Well, that part's true. Yeah,
I'm sorry to rag on you, Cooper, but at this point you wanted a shout out. You have gotten so much more than
Yeah.
a shout out. I
You-
mean, you're gonna. I mean, Cooper's the man.
you're famous.
Cooper can't type,
Yeah.
but he's the man.
Yeah.
He's famous in our little world right
Yes,
here.
yes.
All right. Nelson says my question wasn't answer. Nelson, please retype your question. I will
Yeah.
look for it as we scroll down. Love you guys from Brian. Appreciate it, Brian.
Thank you.
Right back at you. Wait, there was one. Dealer will not do lease on negotiated price.
Excuse me? Oh, so I guess what you're telling me is you've negotiated a selling price. And then,
and then you tell them, hey, I want to lease the vehicle.
You said, okay, now, I'm thinking just so I can compare things, what would the lease payment be based on that selling price?
Yeah.
Now, why won't they do that selling price? Did they use rebates or anything that are only available if it's on a purchase?
Yeah.
Because that can be.
Yeah.
I know when I was with Minnie, rebates could be higher or lower
No, I
depending.
gotcha.
Yeah, so I mean, a rebate on a purchase might be $1,500 or $2,000 that you could apply towards a purchase, but it might have only been $1,000 or $750
Gotcha.
on the lease. So if that's the reason, then use the same selling price and just jack it up whatever the difference is in the incentive that the manufacturer offered for that.
Jason says, should I buy tire and wheel package for $500? Depends on the car, but that sounds reasonable.
Yeah, that sounds very reasonable.
very reasonable.
And yeah,
Lance says buttermilk.
absolutely.
Yeah,
It's,
I'm team buttermilk.
Yeah, buttermilk. I like that on my buttermilk biscuits.
There we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go. Hogtown Biker says super chats allow people to do donation to channel, and then Jack says super chat is when we give you money in the YouTube chat just for liking you.
Oh shit! Holy mackerel! We've got to figure out how to do super chats.
No, that sounds terrible. That's like, do people do that? Is that a thing?
They're telling us it is. If you want to send money our way,
I don't know. I feel like that's like, I don't like.
well,
that.
we are entertaining.
I feel like.
What?
Do you know what OnlyFans is?
What?
Okay, never mind.
Okay. I didn't even know Princess Bride. But you realize that we're doing a live show tonight. There's no cover. There's no true drink minimum. We're not charging
There is a
anything.
2-drink minimum.
Yeah, but
At
we're
the
not-
half hour, I'm getting a drink.
Yeah, and me too. But my point is it's like everything else that we do. We pretty much do it all for
we
for
do.
free.
Well, no, I mean, like, tell a friend about us or something.
Yeah,
Or-
okay,
yeah,
tell a friend.
You don't have to super chat us.
Yeah, you don't. You know.
That's
But
okay.
but if you want to send money, it's Ray@YourAutoAdvocate.com. No.
You're about to get so many emails. Question from Brian Hernandez.
Yeah.
Should I wait till 2021 to buy a car? Brian, you have literally...
You already have.
I'm sorry, Brian.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
almost as bad as Cooper.
Yeah. No, you have. I don't know where you are, but you have.
You're running out of time zones where you could have an opportunity to.
Well, maybe in Hawaii. You can still do it.
No, Hawaii was before us.
No, they're earlier than us. You know, kind of like, yeah. They're earlier than us.
That's good. All right. Cooper says I'm 15. Okay, now I feel bad and weird. Sorry, Cooper. Thanks for tuning in.
Okay, God. We're corrupting the morals of a minor. For
Yeah, this feels, and then we want to get paid for that. See
Yeah,
how this feels a little like it sits poorly with me?
Oh my God.
Darren says, yeah, okay, actually, how about this? Instead of super chatting us money, can you just, everyone on here, tell one friend to tune in to a dad and a son celebrating
and make
New Year's
sure
together?
you sit through the ads.
We will do that Mr. Beast thing. We will count to 100,000 if it means we go pseudo viral. That's been my goal for 2020 is for my dad to get like internet famous.
2020?
Yeah, it was my goal for 2020.
Okay, yeah.
If you check my Twitter, it says like trying to make my dad internet famous, and I think I did a pretty good job. And obviously, you have a lot of talent and you're very funny. But if tonight's live stream could be like some sort of like
showcase,
I mean, that would be truly incredible.
Yeah.
So tell a friend, please.
Yeah, tell.
They're at home doing nothing.
Yeah.
Join us doing nothing.
Tell a friend
to tell a friend.
To tell another friend, and then get on YouTube.
And then tell that friend that my dad doesn't know what OnlyFans is, and they can explain in the live chat. So
I don't even know what Princess Bride is.
We will reveal what OnlyFans is if we get to 1,000 concurrent. Oh, God.
Holy mackerel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's keep going here.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone keeps telling us what Super Chat is. Now we know.
Okay, cool.
Okay, would you answer a deal question? Yeah, send it to the Twitter, hashtag YourAutoAdvocate. I promise after we get some drinks at the half hour, we will move to Twitter and we'll look at some of those. Glover says, Happy New Year's, guys. You appreciate your content. You help me save money on my new car. We probably get about a dozen or so emails a day.
Yes, like that. Which is why we do this.
It's the best. Yeah, it's absolutely why we do this. Answer this one from Larry R.
Okay.
I'm looking at a used SUV that has a title listed as Lemon.
Okay.
All right, we answered it. Don't buy it.
Well, you know, we did a.
I'm waiting for the words. We did the video on recalls today.
Yes.
Today's video, you should watch today's video.
Yeah,
Larry.
it depends. It just depends. I mean, you know, with Mini, we didn't do lemon recalls, but we did trade assists, and sometimes the factory could figure out what the problem was before they resold the car, and sometimes they couldn't. So, but if Ford's going to give you an extended warranty that'll cover all that, and you have to hope, you have to ask for documentation that they really did work on and solve the problem, and they save you enough money, then go ahead and take the risk.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, Darren is the absolute man. He said, let's get the likes up. Click the like button. 267 people were watching, but we're on 59 likes so far.
Oh my
God.
Come
you're
on.
the man.
How hard is it to hit that like button?
I mean, you got to move your finger and you got to press.
Well, I don't know how to do it, but you know, I'm sure if you showed me, I could do it a second and a third and a fourth and a fifth time.
Jeff asks, question, is a lieu tax legit?
Yes. That's in Arizona. They have a lieu tax, which is their way of calling that's for registration and plates.
Okay, these are really great comments. Iris says, you definitely don't want someone to explain what OnlyFans is, only if we get to 1,000 people on the live stream, which I don't think we will, so I think we're safe. Also, we're up to 106 likes now, so thank you.
Okay, thank you, everybody.
We're hacking the YouTube algorithm one father-son show at a time.
Yes.
Crime Stopper says, can you stop one ad that is killing me? My pillow, question mark.
You know, I watched something the other day, and he popped up every 10 minutes. I mean, it was like regular as clockwork. And you know, he's only got one dream in life, and that's to be able to let everybody sleep better. You know how he could do that? Leave us all the hell alone.
That was really well said, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
I remember once. This is
go ahead.
A quick Vegas story, ladies and gentlemen. A quick Vegas story. There's a restaurant in Vegas called Batista's Hole in the Wall. It's behind what used to be the Barbary Coast.
We're talking like the 80s right now?
Yeah, it's still there.
Gotcha.
Now it's the Cromwell Hotel. And Batista's Hole in the Wall is really famous, and they used to have. I'm sure the guy's dead now because I'm talking about 25 years ago.
Yeah.
And there was a guy, an accordionist, okay, and he would wander the restaurant and he'd go to the tables and he'd play.
Yeah.
And I remember, I'm if you haven't gathered, I'm a little bit of a smart ass. So he came to our table. And the only reason I'm telling this story is because we're in Las Vegas.
Yep.
And he came to our table and he said, "Do you have any requests?" And I said, "Yes, that you don't play." At which point he went into, "Lady of Spain, I adore you." And I couldn't get him away from the table. And he was the My Pillow guy before there were My Pillows.
Yeah, that sounds really tragic, man.
It was, but the food was always good.
And if the food's good, you'll stick around.
And the red wine that came with dinner was always good.
Yeah, I mean, you can't pass up red wine. Whoa.
Whoa, what did you do there?
I don't know.
Oh, that's much better. Whoa, stop that.
There we go. Okay, so I just pinned
Adrian?
Well, no, I pinned our other YouTube channel. So get excited if you like us. Get sad
even if you don't.
If you don't like us.
Yeah.
We've got some new videos dropping tomorrow on a second channel that we're doing. It's going to be not car related. So if you want to hear us banter about things unrelated to cars, now you have an opportunity.
What is the name of that channel?
It's called Advice from My
what?
Dad.
Really? And who plays the role of your dad?
We don't role play. He's the dad. Yeah, but take a peek. I pinned it up there if you take a peek. Also, if you subscribe to it, you'll get the new content. It comes out tomorrow, so stay tuned for that.
Yes.
Okay, and then Roxy says, "OMG, I went there." So it sounds like Roxy's been to Bautista's hole in the wall.
Yeah, it's famous. I'm telling you. What?
Darren says Zach can sit down with Dad and have a very adult conversation with him about OnlyFans.
What was that?
Dad, OnlyFans could be our future. Is all I'm trying to say.
What is?
No. I mean, we get to
okay.
You just promise if we get to 1,000, you'll do OnlyFans.
No, I promise that I'll Google OnlyFans.
No, please don't do that. Please don't do that either.
Why? What happens?
It's just, yeah.
Will I be embarrassed?
No.
Okay, good.
No,
it takes a lot to embarrass.
It does take a lot to embarrass you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's keep going here. What's your credit score? Oh, they're not asking us.
Okay.
They're asking someone else. All right. Never mind. Let's keep going.
Okay.
Should you get a discount on a demo vehicle? How much per mile discount? Jason, we did a video. If you search in the YouTube, how can new cars have thousands of miles on them? That's a video my dad did talking about demo cars.
And yes, you can get a discount on those because the sales manager or salesperson, whoever's driving that, he can't get into his next demo until he sells the existing demo. And most dealerships won't let you put more than 4,500 or 5,000 miles on them, and they'll save you money in order to do them a favor and take that car off their hands.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Chaboon Inc. Don't worry, Pops. I'll read it to you. I don't want you to hurt your eyes.
Okay.
Is doing a lease takeover on someone else's auto lease with less than 12 months a bad or good idea? What are the risks and positives?
I've never done a lease assumption like that. But if you're only committed for X number of months, if you don't have to put any money down and you can just assume the payments, and whatever the remaining payments are, and you're okay with that payment, then it's like a very short-term lease to figure out whether or not you like that vehicle. Yeah. And if you do, then you can go get a lease on a brand new one afterwards.
And you're probably helping someone else out as well.
Yes.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Jonathan Glenn says, "Thank you. You helped me buy a car and reduce the grief."
Well, we were hoping we could reduce the price, but but if all it took for you was to reduce the grief, then we're happy to accommodate.
Okay, Clayton says,
yes,
and I want to bring up another question that's on the live chat but came up today. Signed a purchase agreement for a truck on 12/14.
Yeah.
Didn't drive it off the lot. Dealer assured me they'd have the title within a week. They still don't have it. Thoughts? I have a trade-in.
That could be an issue. And the issues could be many.
Yeah.
The person that traded in that truck maybe didn't have the title.
Yep.
the person that traded in that truck maybe wasn't on that title, and maybe he can't get his hands on the title.
Yep.
There can be any number of issues, and legally the dealership is not supposed to sell the vehicle until they at least have the title.
Yep.
So I would be suspicious to a degree.
Pops, 2 questions.
Yes.
One is AZ says I'm drunk.
Well, congratulations. We hope to get there soon.
And then second question. Do you want? Should I or do you? Or do we even have glasses to put like? Bourbon?
Well, you know this Verbo is just so well equipped.
Who's going solo? Who's solo streaming while the other person gets drinks? That's the question I'm asking. And we can rock paper scissors for it.
No, I'll because have you ever opened a bottle of champagne?
I don't want champagne. I want bourbon.
Yeah, but I want the champagne.
No, I've never opened a bottle.
Okay,
well, one time in high school, but that was.
Yeah, well, let's not talk about that.
Okay, Adrian says, what was the worst amount of money you've seen wasted on a sad surprise car purchase being returned? I'm sure some dummy bought a car without talking to his significant other and had a price to pay. I actually remember, my dad's right over there, but he told me the story of when he worked at Acura North Scottsdale, and he sold, and it might have been the dealership before Acura North Scottsdale. It was at North Scottsdale. He sold an RL to a gentleman, and the RL is the nicest Acura at the time. Well, what year was this? Like 2000? Equivalent to a Lexus LS 400. And this guy bought it. He drove it home. He showed his wife, and his wife said it's not ostentatious enough. It's not a Lexus. It's not a Mercedes. It's not a BMW. Why'd you buy it? And he came back. My dad opened the champagne effectively. He came back, and Dad, did you end up taking the car back from him, or what'd you end up doing?
No, I assured him.
You can't speak up. You got to speak quick, because all.
You'll repeat it. I assured him that Acura buyers were...
My dad's giving me a long-winded answer that you can't hear. He tried to convince him that he bought a really good car. Did he end up keeping the car?
Yeah, I convinced him.
So he ended up keeping the car.
I convinced him that Acura owners were secure enough in who they were that they didn't need to spend the extra money.
Still can't hear you, but yes. Anyway, so yes, there's an example of someone who bought a car. Okay, let's see here. Appreciate y'all's content. This is from Anthony. My credit is brutal, but I have 220,000 miles. I was going to say, that's a lot of money. And anyway, on my 2000 Accord, is a lease easier to qualify for than a certified pre-owned? Can't wait till January to pull the trigger. I don't think you're going to find either or to be easier than the other. Your credit score is your credit score, and so you'll qualify for whatever. Thank you, Pops. Could I have it on ice, please? I could not drink bourbon neat. That would not sit well with me. Anyway, if on the lease, they're going to give you a money factor that's going to be higher because they're going to have to pay more to buy that money to sell it to you. And on the financing side, obviously, because of your credit, you're going to have a higher interest rate. Oh, Ian said he could hear you. So I guess when you do yell, they can hear you. So that's good. Is $1,100 too much for Gap on a $100,000 loan? Loops on loops. Yeah, go to your auto insurer or your local bank, and they can get you Gap insurance for less. Everyone's letting me know that they could hear you, so that's actually a beautiful thing, Pops. So you can do things off screen. 2020 Honda Civic Sport 2K dealer features out the door. I don't know. My father just bent down because I think he poured too much champagne in his glass, but he'll be back.
Bubbly, governor.
You coming back over? All right, there we go.
That's for you.
Thank you. That is a substantial amount.
Well, you know.
Well, here, I want to cheers with you. You're pouring more?
Yeah, I want to get a big ass glass of champagne.
All right, cheers, Pops.
Cheers, Happy New Year.
To
Happy New Year, one and all.
To a new year and a fun past
a new
year.
and better year.
That's good.
It's bullet, baby.
That is nice.
I take good care of you, son.
We got 27 minutes for me to get
hammered.
Yeah, it probably doesn't take that long.
It's hammer time.
Okay. Eastern European Tracks.
Yeah.
It's a fantastic name.
Yeah, it is.
Can you do a Ray's Greatest Hits shows, best day, week, year, and sales? Actually, yeah, Pops, what was the best? I think I've asked you before, like, what's the most money you've ever made in a day? Stuff like that. Like, do you mind sharing a bit of that?
Oh,
Oh, you did tell one story. It wasn't about you, though, about like
Yeah.
the most money you ever saw made on a car deal or heard that was made on a car deal. That was also interesting.
Yeah, that was on a Ferrari when it was a pre-owned Ferrari that they leased it at our Ferrari store in Las Vegas when there was the Penske Win Ferrari store, and it was like an $85,000 gross profit.
Back in the early 2000s, right? Mid
Yeah,
2000s,
yeah.
Yeah, 85,000 in
Yeah.
the early 2000s.
Yeah, and the salesperson only worked on 18%. So
So they went on a nice
20%,
they went on a
whatever.
nice trip afterwards.
I think they're still on vacation. yeah.
Do you have though any memorable sales or any like? I also remember you told me during the Cash for Clunkers program there was one day where you ended up spending like till past midnight at the dealership
absolutely,
working on
yeah,
deals,
yeah.
stuff like that.
Oh yeah. No, I mean there's. Whatever stories I have about the car business, they're not good stories. I mean, they're about a lot of hours.
Yeah.
I used to work for a gentleman that required all the managers to show up at 8:30 in the morning. The store opened at 9, but he wanted us there at 8:30 in the morning so we could review the day before. Or, in reality, for him to scream at us for half an hour about everything that we did wrong the day before, and for him to throw pens and pencils at us. So one day, I show up at 8:30, and he's not there. And I said to the finance gal, I said, where is he? She said, well, he has a doctor's appointment this morning. And I said, and he didn't tell anybody? She said, well, he told me. So, being the smart ass that I am, I went over to my desk and I sat down and I sent him an email. And I said, listen, if you're not going to be available to beat us up in the morning, it's incumbent upon you to let us know beforehand so we don't just show up and have to do it ourselves. I mean, have some common courtesy. At least let us know you're not going to be there. And he sent me an email back. Listen, Mr. Smartass, you should just have the meeting without me. And, well, I couldn't be that abusive.
Yeah. So you don't have a lot of, you have some fun experiences from the car
I do
business,
have some
but,
fun.
yeah.
I mean, I've met a lot of nice people, and I had a lot of interesting customers, and some customers that turned out to be friends.
Yeah.
And, things
Pops,
like that.
I see Arash Sohaili says Happy New Year. Arash.
Well, Happy New Year to you, Arash,
and you and Sharon as well.
And,
Happy.
And well, hell, to everybody. To everybody out there. Yeah.
Someone asked my dad what his favorite New Year's resolution is. We should definitely talk about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's scroll back up. Let's see.
Okay.
Let's see. What's the best revenge you got on a customer? Okay, that's from Cooper again. God damn it, Cooper, you're 15, man. I cannot keep reading your stuff.
What's the best revenge?
You got to be over. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
What's the best revenge? I don't know that I ever sought revenge on a customer. I mean, sometimes
That's good business practice.
Yeah, sometimes the best revenge was firing the customer, because sometimes customers can, I know you're going to find this hard to believe, but people can be unreasonable, and they have unreasonable expectations. And sometimes it is in everyone's best interest to just say, I don't think this is going to work out. I think you need to go take your business elsewhere.
Yeah. Pops,
So, that's a form of revenge.
Can you share a story about your favorite car that you've owned? And I think I know which one it is, but I'm curious to see.
My favorite car
That you've ever owned.
Oh my God, that goes back years. But I think my favorite car was the Mini Roadster that I bought.
That I then drove.
That you drove.
I've been mooching off you for decades.
Well, it's what kids do. But
Thank you.
Yes, but I used to, and I had a little more hair then, and I used to really enjoy driving the hour to work.
Yep.
With the top down on the days you allowed me to take my car, so I could feel the wind whipping through whatever hair I had on the top of my head. And I remember driving over to the Eastern Shore with your mom after we got the car, and it was just such a blast to drive. And it had a sport button. And when you would hit the sport button, it would change the exhaust note, and it would backfire. Or as I used to like to say, I really love when the car farts.
Yeah, it really would. It was loud.
Yeah. And it was just that was My favorite car, the most fun I ever had with a car, was that car that I owned. Now, my most favorite Mini that I ever drove.
Man, you're such a Mini guy. Yeah.
Well, it's because they're so much fun to drive.
But you've driven like a classic NSX before.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, but what, 10, 15, 20 miles?
Yeah.
We took a JCW convertible.
Yep.
From the Mini store through the back roads up to York, PA, to go to a baseball game with our Mini group.
Yep.
And that was, I used to get compliments whenever I was in that car. People would just, at a traffic light, they would just scream.
Who's that handsome guy?
No, they talked about the car. They never talked about me. But it really was. I mean, those are just so much fun to drive.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, let's keep going through. Hogtown Biker says that is a healthy pour.
Well,
that is what fathers are for.
Yeah, who wants an unhealthy pour?
Okay.
Didn't Hogtown Biker? Didn't you just get a car or a truck?
Let us know.
I thought I saw something today that you did.
Okay, DSL Extreme says, got your top stories, kidnapping, theft, etc. Great stories. Yeah, we posted on the website today, YourAutoAdvocate.com. We have a video. It's one of our OG videos. Like, the quality is really, really, really bad. My hair is also really, really, really bad. Can we talk about that for a moment?
Your hair?
Why did you let me do that?
Let you do what?
Grow my hair out.
I don't know. You were 23 and 24 at the time. What am I supposed to say?
Was I really 23?
Well, I think you started when you were 23. You went a year without cutting it.
Oh my God. I looked so not. Anyway.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Next time you got to, like, intervene.
No, I can't. You're your own man. You're a CEO, buddy.
Yeah, with my dad. Scott C says, speaking of unreasonable, how about truck prices?
They are unreasonable.
Good one, Scott.
Yeah,
like
that is. I remember one time there was a radio station in Atlantic City, and one night they were doing a contest, and the contest between the two disc jockeys, they were talking. They go, call us up and let us know what's the best pickup line. Now, I worked for a Nissan dealership at the time, so I called up. I said, Nissan makes the best pickups.
Of course you did.
Yeah, of course.
Ken asked, where's the bike? Did someone steal it? No, I actually went for a nice cruise today, and I'm planning on, Ken, wish me luck here. And everyone, please wish me luck. My dad is very concerned for me.
Yeah.
I've never biked 100 miles before.
Yeah, my guess is you won't after tomorrow either, but that's besides.
I'm either going to do it tomorrow or I'm going to try it on Saturday. I'm going to try and bike to the Hoover Dam and back, and then an extra 20 miles because that's only 82. And it's like 4,000 feet of elevation gain. We'll see if I can do it.
I spoke to your future brother-in-law today.
Oh, Zach, yeah.
Yes, and he said, is the sea sucker on the roof?
Oh, because when you need to pick me up.
When you have to pick up Zach?
Yeah.
I said, no, but I can just put it in the car. We can
exactly,
attach it once
I
get there. Yeah.
I thought about that. Like, if I get tired, then I'll call you.
If I get tired.
When I get tired.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here.
Yeah, my question is, how far am I going to have to drive to go pick you up?
Yeah.
That's the question that's in my mind.
I'll probably make it at least 60 miles, so I'll make it 20 back.
Yeah, but if the problem is if you go 50... Okay, you go 50 in one direction, and you got to do 50 coming back.
No, you got to do 50,
and you only end up doing a total of 60, which means you only came back 10 miles. Well, that's an 80-mile drive for me.
Pops, what are your thoughts? This is from Mark.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts? Oh, Janet. Okay, that all caps, Janet. That worked. You grabbed my attention. I did not see your question. Can you put it back again? We will answer in a second. Okay. Pops, what are your thoughts on manual drive cars almost being extinct?
It's unfortunate. It's really, really frustrating that so many manufacturers aren't even willing to make a manual transmission anymore. But there's so few younger people coming up that even know how to drive a stick. And I can honestly tell you that neither one of my children know how to drive a stick. And I would almost tell you that they might not even drive an automatic all that well. But, that was terrible.
I've never been in an accident.
You don't have to be in an accident not to drive something really well.
Do I not drive?
You drive.
22nd time out, full time out.
No, I'm not.
Do I drive poorly?
Oh, you drive great. Whatever. So my point is that even my children don't know how to drive a standard transmission car. And you know, in case of an emergency, if that's the only thing that's available is a standard transmission car and you don't know how to drive it, well, then everybody's kind of SOL.
I'm still salty.
I think I was referring to your sister.
Oh, yeah. No,
okay, there we go. I didn't want to say that out loud.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Dara's not the best driver. Okay. What did you get, Gary? Gary. I don't know which Gary. Maybe you can let us know what you got. Let's see. Nelson, I must have missed your question again. Please send it back in here. I promise. We are looking for it.
He doesn't mean it, Nelson.
Okay. Casey says, ever heard of America's best car buyer known as GiveMeTheVin.com?
I have not.
No, but I heard he's the best car buyer in America.
Us?
No, that's his name.
Okay.
I was making a joke.
Okay.
Okay, Neil says, my husband has a Mazda 3 and a manual transmission, and he had to look forever for one. Yeah, that makes sense. George, sticks are fun to drive, except when you're in bumper-to-bumper daily traffic. That makes plenty of sense.
Yeah.
Okay. Surf Sister says,
yeah.
You men had me prepared when I went to the dealership last weekend.
Yeah.
I'd done my homework. I didn't talk money in test drive or on the lot, and I came home happy with my used Ford Transit Connect.
Well, congratulations. We're so glad that we could at least steer you in the right direction.
And with a username like Surf Sister, that means that you got the Transit Connect, so you can put your boards in, so you can go shred.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Do you shred when you surf? I really don't know.
We need to introduce her to the fishing chicks.
Oh yes, yeah. We know some. Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah.
Okay. Answer some deal questions. Love watching those. All right. Let's answer some deal questions. We've bantered for holy cow. It's 45 minutes in and we've just talked. Oh
my God! It's almost time to raise a glass to toast the new year.
All right. Give me a second here, gang.
Hey, I'm not going anywhere. I'm the one that's stuck here.
All right, so I need to zoom in big time because I can't see this.
Okay, well, if you can't see it, then God knows I'm not going to be able to see it. Zoom. Hit the zoom. Okay.
Let me make sure that the folks on this... Okay, so everyone on the stream can also see this. Let me zoom in a little more. Okay, Casey says, and again, use hashtag YOURAUTOADVOCATE to join us, but also 14 minutes until the ball drops, so get excited for that.
Yeah.
I got a prominent solicitation in my mailbox today from an entity at GiveMeTheVin.com. They are billing themselves as America's best car buyer. No, maybe we'll have to look at them. You know, there's all sorts of car buying services out there.
Yes.
I'll give a shout out right now to Auto Match Consulting, Tom McParland. So Tom McParland is the lead writer for car buying at Jalopnik.
Yeah.
Which they just shouted us out in an article, so that was really awesome.
Yes.
Tom's company is called Auto Match Consulting. I've been referring people there because we stopped doing the car buying service back in May or June of this year. We'll have to check out. I mean, anyone that's doing direct mailers, like A, they're figuring out how to make some money, and B, I'm just saying that they're kind of old school because they're doing direct mail. But you know, we'll have to look at this guy and see what he's up to.
What was it again?
Give me the VIN.
Okay.
GiveMeTheVin.com.
Okay.
Kofi says, hashtag your auto advocate. How does one determine a good lowball offer on a used car that will still be taken seriously by a dealer? I need, because we're working on getting people to use the tools that we built. What is your answer?
Go to YourAutoAdvocate.com and plug the VIN into our market price report, and I will give you my recommended asking price or
suggested offer price.
Yes. And when that doesn't work, well, then try go a little higher.
You're funny, Dad. Okay, let's see here. When leasing a vehicle, is the price payment terms based on the order date or delivery date?
Delivery date.
Good answer. And that also applies to factory ordering.
Now, but there's something you need to know. Like if with some manufacturers, you can lock in rates and programs. So that, for instance, if you order a BMW or a Mini, it normally takes 6 to 8 weeks. And if there's a special lease program or something, they will let you lock in the rate and the terms and the programs so that they'll still be available when the car comes in.
Yep.
So, but typically it's if it's a better rate and program at the time of delivery, you'll take that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Everybody Loves Politics, a Carl Malden reference.
You like that, huh? Yeah. Don't leave home without it. Yeah.
Drink every time race.
Now that was Carl Malden, and wasn't it Michael Douglas in the Streets of San Francisco was their TV show, if I remember correctly.
Okay, let's see here. We'll do this deal in a second.
Okay.
Casey Jones, hashtag Your Auto Advocate. Is it normal for a loan to take weeks to close in the state of registration when the loan is from an out-of-state lender? Is this possibly a COVID thing or just a typical thing?
Is it normal for the loan? No, the loans close the day you sign it, assuming that it's already been approved at the bank.
Things like
Now,
title registration can drag on.
Yeah,
because
that
of
could
COVID.
take 45 to 60 days.
Yeah.
But the loan, if it hasn't closed, it's because, well, maybe they don't have an approval from the bank that they were trying to put the loan through.
Yep. All right, I got to zoom in on this thing. Holy
Yeah.
cow.
This was a cash deal on a 2015 Lexus CT 200H with 72,000 miles.
Okay, so customer paid cash. Let me make sure. Yeah, everyone at home can see that. Gah.
Yeah, you need just a little more bourbon.
I'm making my way. I'll put
Yeah,
it
I
down.
know you are. Okay, so they were asking $17,395. You're going to ask me, is this a good deal? And I
It's
don't
hard
really
to
know.
You got to run it. You got to run it in that.
Yeah.
But let's see if there's any junk on it.
The reason I don't know is because I don't know what the market conditions are for asking prices for these type
But
of
how
vehicles.
could you know?
You could go to YourAutoAdvocate.com.
You're like
and
the MyPillow guy.
Yeah, and utilize the market price report. How many times do we have to tell you? And then after you do that, rest your head on your MyPillow.
We're sending an invoice to
Let's see.
MyPillow.
State and local taxes were only $500. That's pretty good. There was a trade. Sale price was
No, there was no trade.
Okay, so $14,540 was the price. Doc fee they got you for $398.
So if this in your market conditions, if this looks good relative to others.
It just seems odd that state and local taxes was exactly $500, but maybe in that state or whatever,
It's like capped or something.
it might be capped.
Yeah. No, but in this case, like
Yeah.
one of the first things we do if you go to YourAutoAdvocate.com, I think it's /deal-analysis. We do these one-to-one consultation calls.
Yes.
First thing you look for on a worksheet is phony business.
Yeah.
There's no phony business
No.
here.
No, it's straightforward.
This is straight. This is
Yeah.
good. It just is then a matter of plugging it into like a market price report so that you can see, okay, now is the selling price fair relative to other vehicles, comparable vehicles in the region? And in this case, we'd have to run it back in the app.
This is pretty good champagne for a cheap champagne.
Why'd you buy the cheap stuff?
Oh, I actually bought the more expensive stuff. It's like $20.
I love how Casey is the only one sending us stuff. Thank you, Casey, for supporting us here. Okay. And we're like having a conversation with him through Twitter, which I think is great.
Okay, so it's a credit union in Illinois, and they're supposedly having issues getting cooperation from the California DMV, waiting for docs to sign, but there appears to be no end in sight. It's been 2 weeks so far. Normal? I wouldn't say it's necessarily normal.
Yeah, exactly.
I would say, I don't know who you have to talk to speed things up.
Yeah. Let's take a peek here, Pops.
Yeah.
Yiger, is that how you say it? Yiger Joe?
Yeah.
Waited several months to find this upgrade remorse deal. It's a 21 Chevy Silverado RST, $49,620 MSRP.
Yeah.
He's got $5,100 in negative equity, put $1,000 down, $10,985 in discounts, and a $44,000 OTD. Let me see if I can, give me a second, I'll zoom in. God, okay, my dad is everywhere.
Yeah, I'm like a horseman.
Okay, so we got 42,000,
gross trade.
and then his payoff was he's $5,192
upside
negative
down,
equity.
Yeah. Cash, yeah.
Got $2,500 in rebates.
Okay, so that wiped out half of your negative equity.
Yep.
Yeah, so you financed about $1,500 in negative equity. That seems pretty straightforward.
You got the doc fee there, the license fee, prior credit or lease balance.
Which is the 16, between, yeah.
Yeah, this also looks straight. There's nothing too crazy here. You'd have to run in the market price report to know if it's comparable. But it sounds like $10,000 off seems on a Silverado seems
On a $50,000 Silverado, yeah,
Sounds
that's
about right.
I'm not, as you know, I like to say I'm not real good at math, but that's about 20% off.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Oh, one thing while we're here, I'll share my screen once more.
Yeah.
So this is the other channel that we're doing, Advice from My Dad.
Yeah, ooh,
So we
look at
had
that.
0 subscribers when we started, Pops.
Yeah.
When we started. I'm going to refresh. You ready?
Yeah. Where would I look for subscribers?
22. We're up to 22 subscribers.
Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I promise you, you will not be disappointed.
No, I mean, this is like good stuff. They're 20 to 30-minute episodes.
Yes.
They are moderately funny.
Moderately, yes.
I actually laughed really hard when I listened to the most recent one.
Depending on your sense of humor.
Yeah, depending on your sense of humor,
Yeah.
you will probably enjoy it.
Yes.
Definitely. And the first videos are going to be actually dropping at midnight, which is...
Well, midnight where? Here or midnight on the East Coast?
Midnight here because they're still uploading.
Okay, midnight here. Okay, cool.
I wanted it to be midnight on the East Coast,
3 a.m. So for those of you who can't sleep...
All right, so we got 6 minutes
Live
till
in Las
midnight.
Vegas looking for a Nissan NV 3500. There is only one in Vegas and Henderson. Am I out of what? Well, what do you think? I don't mean to be a smart ass, but what do you think? If there's only one, and they know it's the only one.
Yeah, if you're trying to negotiate a car deal,
Yeah,
it's the
I mean
only
you
one.
can try and my suggestion is to try up through Monday.
Yeah.
Because Monday's the 4th, and that's when all the incentives end. But don't be too shocked if you don't get that too much off on it.
All right, Pops, I'm scrolling back up. Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see. There was a lot of stuff in the live chat. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Why not many female car saleswomen?
Well, because it's a miserable ass job.
Because they got more brains.
Yeah, women are smarter than that. Although I know some women who did it that were really, really, really good at it. And, we tried long and hard to find good women to hire to be salespeople, to train to be salespeople.
Yep.
It's just that car sales is not a well-respected profession. And most women have more sense than this.
Amadal says, you guys saved me a ton of money on cars in 2020. I didn't buy any.
Well, good. My mother, God bless her, when she was alive, she didn't drive. So she used to take the trolley and the subway into Philadelphia, and she'd go shopping. And I remember one day she came home with like 3 pairs of shoes from Gimbel's or Wanamaker's, wherever it was from. And she said to my father, she said, these were on sale. I saved you $150. I got all 3 pair for $100. And my father looked at her and said, you could have really saved me money and not bought any at all. Okay.
Your favorite line to Mom used to be, I was at work today, honey.
Yeah.
And I saved us $10,000 not booking that trip I was looking at.
Yeah, because in the slow times at work, I would constantly be looking at vacations, and I never hit the buy button.
You saved so much money that way.
Oh, I did. I mean, literally, I could save hundreds of thousands a year.
You probably have.
Yeah.
Over the lifetime.
Yeah.
Dad, we're 3 minutes to the new year. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that really is.
Yeah.
My head's getting a little lightheaded.
From like 5 sips of champagne?
It was more than 5 sips because it was up to there. And I will tell you, when I married your mother, I was loaded 10 minutes after I said I do because they just started plying me with champagne, and champagne goes right to my head.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel the bourbon a little bit, but that's okay.
Yeah.
All right, let's see here. Oh, Tim Newman.
Yeah.
I think it was Tim who I was communicating with earlier. He was the one, Dad. The dealer was asking him for a copy of his passport.
Yeah, which makes no sense at all.
No sense at all.
Unless they're just trying to steal your identity.
In that case, it makes a ton of sense.
Yes.
If I was going to steal someone's identity,
I want their damn passport.
Give me a copy of your driver's license, copy of your passport.
Yeah.
All right, let's answer a few more questions here. Marlene says, I am in Canada.
Okay.
Aren't you going to do our one connection to Canada?
What's our one connection?
That your daughter graduated from McGill University?
She did.
She did.
And when I had the golf store in Scottsdale,
you sold a lot of golf clubs to Canadians.
And I had I had one Canadian customer that put a Canadian flag on the window, as if it had the Canadian seal of approval.
There you go.
Do you know how they came up with the name Canada? All the people gathered and they said, we really need to come up with a name. The suggestion is that we pull a letter out of the hat we'll pull letters out of the hat until we come up with the name. So the guy stuck his hand in the hat and he said, first letter C, eh? Second letter's N, eh? Third letter's D, eh? And that's how they came up with Canada. Eh?
Peter says 9 hours ahead here. I'm in Melbourne, Australia, which is pronounced Melbourne. I learned when I was
you
there.
Were there, yeah.
Melbourne is super cool. There were also tons of fires going on. I was there. It was really scary.
Yeah.
Pops, we are literally 1 minute away. Happy New Year, gents. Go back in the business of negotiating. Tim, probably not, man. That is so... We to scale that, there's just not enough hours in the day.
Third time's a charm.
Oh.
My question, thoughts on want to pick up...
Four-door, short bed, top 3 makes models. Janet. This guy drives a Mini.
Yeah. So what the hell do I know? But I would say Chevy, Ford, Chevy, or Dodge.
Okay.
There you go.
Tune into the ball dropping at this point,
Okay.
which we appreciate you spending an hour of your New Year's Eve with us. Honestly, This year has been so traumatic and so stressful in so many ways, and we all know that you're at home just kind of hanging out. Thanks for spending time with us. Yeah, we really appreciate it.
With just a couple knuckleheads in Happy New Year, everybody! It says 9 o'clock on the thing. Happy New Year!
That is very loud.
Well, I get that way when I get a little drunk. But really, thanks for spending some time on New Year's Eve with a couple of knuckleheads in Las Vegas.
We have big things in store for 2021.
And once we figure them out, we'll share them with you. We swear.
All right. On that note, we'll hop. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Have a very happy, safe, fun New Year's Eve.
Healthy, prosperous. Get vaccinated, everyone.
Well, we didn't have to go there, but I also agree. But that's unrelated. All right. Thank you, guys.
Love you all. How was that?